Well, hello, Stephen Booth. What is up? Just opening a few things to get myself ready. I have to give it a few minutes before I switch the screen over. Ugh.
Hey, listen to this. Hear that? That's the sound of new Ritz Cheese Crispers. We've combined the crispiness of Ritz with the bold taste of cheese to create a new, crispy, cheesy, delicious snack. And it's so that all it'll take is one bite to get you saying, yum. New Ritz Cheese Crispers. Click the banner to get your box.
My audio never ceases to confuse me. Right now it says my mic is like playing audio even when it's muted. Whatever, I'm gonna roll with it. It was fine yesterday. It's fine today. Alright, I think I got everything open. Sorry, I'm a mess. Whew. Alright, let's go ahead and switch the screen over. Whoop. Hello. Alright, hello everybody, I am Sarah Mapes, I'm an illustrator, I'm a designer, I sometimes animate. I don't do a whole lot of that on my own because my computer kind of sucks at handling it. So, that being said, we're just going to do a continuation of what I was working on yesterday, which was this sticker set. I thought about doing the streamer challenge for the plants, but then I decided I really wanted to finish these. I mean, these kind of have plants on them, so I guess it kind of counts. So we worked on this sticker yesterday, and today we're going to go ahead, and I think we're going to work on this bottom one down here. I got this, this one down here with the white flowers done yesterday while I was watching another stream. But these are the previous stickers that I've made in the past. We use a lot of CC. Well, there's not multiple people here. I use a lot of CC libraries, which I kind of went over yesterday, and reusing assets and stuff that I made to kind of keep like a theme going throughout these stickers. So that would be easy to modify like colors if I wanted to. I just like the placement of the assets through each file. So these fan-made stickers are from one of my favorite books, The Cruel Prince, The Wicked King, and The Queen of Nothing, all by Holly Black. Her website is in the description if you don't know who she is. Like I said, these are just fan-made stickers, lots of fun. I like to do a lot of fan art stuff when I'm not working on anything like professionally. My cats are having a time right now, so if you just hear a fight in the background, don't be alarmed. They're just hanging out. So yes, these are from the first book. Those are done. These are from the second book. Those are done as well. And then we have this last set from the third book that I'm going to finish up. And she is also coming out with a new book this year. When I read it, maybe I'll make another set of stickers. I don't know. I have a lot of fun with these. So, I put in my streamer announcement too that I might do a sticker giveaway with these. I had a set printed of the first ones just because I wanted to see how they would like actually look, if they would come out okay. They turned out pretty good. They're really big. I ordered like the larger versions. They're kind of grainy, but I think that's because I use like a lot of the grain texture in them. Like, I doubt you'll be able to see it, but like this one's super grainy. I don't think you can see it. And I don't know if that's like file size or them like blowing it up after I printed when I ordered the large ones, but they don't look bad. They just look like the whole thing has a grain effect applied to them. So, I don't know. Kind of neat. Might do a sticker giveaway. I haven't really put a lot of thought into that. I thought about it last week and then yesterday while I was working on these, so I'll let you know if I do that. I'll like announce it on another stream or something. I don't know. So, let's go ahead. We're gonna load up my swatches, because I forgot to do that yesterday, and I kept like trying to pick colors. I don't know why I did that. Just gonna load up my ASE palette, that way I can keep working from the same color palette without having to guess or eyedropper colors. I also had an issue yesterday where this file crashed on stream. The gradient tool was having an issue when I was picking like a black fading to like another darker color. The gradient tool crashed, and then it crashed again after the stream while I was working on this, watching Jack Watson's stream. So I reinstalled Illustrator. Hopefully it won't crash again today, but get ready to see me panic if it does. So yesterday I left off and I kind of had all these stickers laid out. This one changed quite a bit. I finished the sky like I said. I'm really happy with the way that turned out. I like these white flowers. I like the yarn. I don't know if I'm crazy about the golden needle. I might change that to silver. And then we primarily worked on this sticker, the snake, during stream yesterday. So because we worked on the snake during stream yesterday, I didn't want to do another snake today. So I laid this one out the best I could, and then we're just gonna hide that boy and that boy because my computer starts to slow down a little bit. And we're gonna work on this guy down here. So I'm gonna move all of this out of the way. And if you're hanging out, checking out the stream, feel free to say hello. And I said hello to Steven, he's hanging out in the chat. Steven, I believe you are also a Behance streamer. Let us know when you're streaming. I believe you're a Behance streamer. Alright, so we have a sketch, kind of this little suit of armor that I wanted to kind of design for this. It's described in the book as a golden suit of armor made up of leaves that kind of like waterfall down. So I figured I could create like 1 or 2, maybe 3 different like ivy leaves and kind of work from there to like layer these and create like a nice little like suit. I might open up Photoshop and I might like re-sketch this a little bit to get a better idea, but I kind of had like leaves for like these shoulder pads too, and then I had a gap in like the neck area and like a collar of where the leaves would fall. We'll see. Let's see what's happening in the chat. Stephen Booth says, I stream rarely. I know, I never see you go live. Jack has mentioned multiple times that you stream, but I never see you go live. So next time you go live, if I'm not doing anything, I'm gonna be there. Let's see, in the chat we also have Stone Cedar from Iowa. Hello, Stone. Nice to see you in the chat. I'm from Ohio, so we're kind of close, kinda. But yes, I also, for this sticker, originally I had only had 1 part of the quote on there from the book, but then I decided I wanted the whole thing because I really wanted to like play with like these like overlaps here. And then I made the second sword, which is actually, this is kind of cheating. If we place a copy of this dagger, it's actually just this dagger. I just modified it a little bit, and then I added some more like gems to the hilt and the pommel and stuff. I believe those are the names. I'm not really good at swords. See, Stone says, I can't pronounce that. Dubique? Is that where you're from? In Iowa? Is that how you say it? Feel free to make fun of me if I pronounced it wrong. I'm from Cleveland. Very easy. See, Brandon's in the chat. Hello, Brandon. How are you? We're just working on some stickers. I'm Sarah. I'm an Illustrator and Designer. I do a little bit of animation. My computer kind of really sucks though, and I don't know if it can handle any form of animation on stream, so we have not dabbled in that at all since I've been streaming. So we're gonna work on this suit of armor, and then the only part of the sticker that I'm unhappy with right now is how these leaves are covered up. I try to keep everything symmetrical, but then I really like the way that these ribbons like are kind of, they're symmetrical but they're like tilted. I really like the way that those are like laid out, so we might play with that too a little bit when we're done with the suit of armor. We'll see. See, Stone says yes. Da Boke. I can't. I can't. I'm really terrible with pronunciation. I have to hear it once before I can like confidently say it without feeling silly. And I feel really silly right now. Okay, so we're gonna go ahead and we're gonna look up an ivy leaf. And I'll pull it in here, because we're going to use that as a reference to kind of make these leaves that fall down. And then we might add like some swirls with maybe like some like dots on them too, or something. Let's see, where is a good ivy leaf reference? I like this guy. We're going to go with this guy. Pull that in a second here, I promise. See, Brandon says I'm from Peru. Oh, that's really neat. Welcome. I'm from good old Cleveland, Ohio, which I'm sure is not as exciting as Peru at all. We have the Rock Hall, I guess. Stone says don't worry. Thank you. Thank you very much. Alright. Pull this guy in there. Oh, that is huge. Woo, look at that. Just gonna go ahead and let's just scale that down to like 20%. Oh, thank you. Let's put that on a different layer so I don't grab it on accident, because I would do that. And then we're not gonna worry about the stem or anything here. I just really bed that so I don't, if it crashes or anything. I don't know, it's saved on my desktop, so it's fine, really. Whoops. Okay, so we're just gonna kind of use this as reference, so that way I can make parts of this armor. And then I'm probably going to draw like a body shape here. And then, we'll kind of start to like color these and then lay these out per the body shape, and then we'll worry about the shoulder pads. I don't really know what I want to do with those. We'll see. I just thought it might be interesting. Anyhow, the reason why we're drawing armor is because the quote in this part of the book is, how do people like us take off our armor? Answers one piece at a time. It's a really cheesy love quote from the book. I'm a sucker. That's it. See, Stone says, Duboque, maybe I said that right, is on the Mississippi River right across the borderline between Wisconsin and Illinois. Okay. So I have a vague idea of where that is based on the map. Stephen Booth posted a YouTube pronunciation guide for everything. That is beautiful. That is absolutely beautiful. Maybe I will look at that later and solve the mystery of how I should be pronouncing this city. Okay, so I'm just going to use my mouse right now. We'll pull out the tablet if I need it. And we're just going to start with box. Just a plain black outline box. Also, before I forget, if you hear ads in my playlist, feel free to laugh along with them. We had a wonderful jelly donut one yesterday and an exciting toilet paper one that Ryan Marsh pointed out. I'm looking into alternatives. I just scrolled all the way down my streaming page instead of moving these points down. We've had a really good laugh with them. I very much appreciate them. Anyhow, just gonna make this little house for now. Actually, really, I think we're just gonna make this into a triangle. I like to work a lot with points. And the Pathfinder tool. See, Stone says that it was named after a French guy who married the chief's daughter back before there was a state. Oh, that's an interesting piece of history. See, I learned something today. I learned something. I would have never known that. You know, I wonder if instead of this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, if we just make this a star and then alter the star. Let's do that instead of
ordinary people just like you.
doing this the hard way.
One of our beef franks. It doesn't matter who you are or what you do. It just matters that
sometimes,
you have
sometimes.
beef frank. Because when you've got one of those, you
alright, we'll kind of do that to this.
Famously. Nathan's get along
Same
famously.
with these guys.
I can't believe you finally had LASIK.
I just couldn't
It's
do the
down
itching
there.
medication
We'll
anymore.
bring
I
this
couldn't do it
up.
because of your astigmatism.
The LASIK Plus doctors say they treat astigmatism all
Biggest.
the
1,
time.
2,
At LASIK Plus, we help free patients from the hassles of glasses and contacts.
4.
Call 844-265-2020.
4.
Right now, we're offering a $1,000 off summer special to
Genius.
patients treated in
Should've done
September.
this to begin with.
$1,000 discount applies to wave-like procedure with lifetime plan. Must mention this ad at center and be treated in September 2020 to qualify. Results may vary. See details at LASIKplus20.com.
Sometimes I don't think things through before I start doing them.
This is you
Like that.
waiting for dinner on an ordinary vacation.
It's a 2-hour wait for a table.
This is you
Before we go.
waiting for dinner on a real vacation. Go on a real vacation.
And then we don't need
Go
this to be
RV.
like
Take
perfect
a
or
look at your
anything,
nearest
so we
RV
can
dealer
kind of.
or at GoRVing.com.
Maybe this one's a bit higher than this one. Maybe that one's a bit smaller than this one. And then before I alter this shape too much, we're going to move it over here. My cat is really having a time. I don't know if you guys can hear that. He is running around and chirping and meowing, and it is absolutely adorable. I know there's a cat. It's behind me. It's not that one. There's another one. He's hanging out. See, Celia's in chat. Hello, Celia. How are you today? We're just, we're working on some more of these stickers. We decided to go with the bottom right one today. I did finish a lot of these other ones. Hide that guy since he's in the way. We got this guy finished up. We got this guy finished up. We're not going to work on the snake one today since I spent a lot of time working on this snake one yesterday. I talk a lot with my hands, so if you ever see me point, I'm sorry. Oops, there we go. Okay. So, let's see how I did this guy. Although it's going to be gold instead of green. I just want to see. Okay, ungroup this, and we're just kind of gonna really ungroup that. Peel apart my layers. Okay, I see. See, Jennifer's in the chat. Hi, Jennifer. How are you? Jennifer says cute illustrations. Thank you. Thank you very much. We're gonna go with this lighter. Actually, let's eyedropper that. I want to say it's this yellow color. Yes, it's this color. Ugh, it just looks so weird. There we go. Okay. Alright, Illustrator, I see you. That was me saving, so. We had a crash yesterday, so I'm super paranoid. Alright, we're kind of gonna bring this guy like this, and let's change that to a stroke, and we'll make it bigger so you guys can see it. And all I did is I used this with profile 5, and then I changed the size. Probably not 4, it's maybe 3? Yeah, that seems okay. We're gonna give them a little bit of a stem, but I have a feeling most of it's just gonna get covered up anyhow. Okay, so that looks pretty good. And then we're gonna go ahead and expand that, and then we're just gonna make that the same color. And both of these are gonna get, I wanna say it's that outline. Yes, but we might have to make that a little bit darker. Okay, so from there, I'm gonna use the width profile number 4. Yes, make those a little bit bigger. Oh, those have fills attached to them. We don't want that. That seems okay. Bring this guy, will go in front of all of this, so those gross ends are kind of covered up a little bit. Oh my lord. And then we're gonna take these guys, paste them into place, flecked. We're gonna flip them vertically, and then we're gonna alter them a little bit so they're not like exact mirror images. Bring this guy up a little bit more. My cats are having a great time. Okay, so that doesn't look the greatest. Okay, I might. Yeah, I kind of like that a little bit better when they don't extend all the way to the ends. And then we'll add some like smaller, like branching off ones on that. Yeah. Bring this guy up here. just gonna change the cap in the corner to be rounded. Alright. Just gonna paste that in place, and then we're gonna get rid of the fill. So now we have two shapes like that, and then we're gonna get rid of the outline on that back one. And we're gonna go ahead and go to our effects and give this an inner glow. And I believe we went lighter on this leaf, so let's go to our color swatches. I might be inclined to go darker this time. Yeah, we're gonna go darker on this one. We're gonna go to multiply. Let's go to like 35. Okay, and we'll increase the blur. Yeah, that looks okay. That has an inner glow too. Wow, okay. Seastone says Mississippi is a translation of the indigenous name for father of rivers. That's interesting. It's very interesting. I did not know that either. Okay, so we have... I almost wonder if we need to make these more of a... that kind of shape. I'm really like looking at this leaf, sorry. I'm trying to make it, I just don't want it to look odd. Like it looks like a leaf, it just doesn't look correct, I guess.
My favorite morning routine is stabbing myself
Well,
in the
I
eyes and putting
suppose
my
we do.
contacts in.
Okay.
I was so pumped up today when my toddler stepped on my glasses. Snapped them right in two.
I see what the issue is. Okay, so we're gonna take two on this guy.
Right now, we're offering a $1,000 off summer special to patients treated in September.
And I see that on this leaf, unlike the other leaves I was making, all of the points start from the center here.
Hope you enjoyed listening to your
So look,
favorite
oh yeah,
music,
that
sponsored
looks a
by
bit better
Estee Lauder and
already.
Macy's. Estee Lauder has all of the self-care beauty
I should have
essentials
taken a
you
closer
need,
look at this
from
leaf
nourishing
before I started,
moisturizers
but that's
to the
okay.
perfect cleanser. And for a limited time, when you spend $39.50 or more, you'll receive a free 7-piece gift up to a $154 value that includes must-have makeup and your choice of best-selling skincare, all in a stylish animal print bag that you can customize with your birthstone. Click the
So
banner
maybe
to
make
shop
these,
Estee
like-
Lauder at Macy's.com.
No, that's too small. We're gonna keep them like that.
Don't you hate it when the price advertised isn't the price you end up paying?
And we're gonna get rid of
Like with T-Mobile's
these,
Essential
and
Plan,
this guy
the
is gonna
price
go
they
to the top.
advertise
And then we'll do
isn't what
something
you pay.
different about the
Read
stem.
the fine print. Taxes and fees are added to the price, and you have to get multiple lines. With Spectrum Mobile, the price you see is the price you pay. No added taxes, fees, minimum lines for contracts on
And then
any
we'll clean
plan.
up these lines and
Spectrum
stuff.
Mobile, a better way to mobile. Click to learn more.
This is a hard... Seedstone says leaf patterns tend to be binary in breakpoints as seen in your green leaf. Yeah. Getting all technical about it. Sometimes you just gotta struggle along. Maybe we simplified that too much. We'll leave that for now. Sorry, I'm doing a think. Maybe if we keep this smaller, as such. Maybe we don't want these guys to be that width profile. Not that one either. Oh, hello, David. How are you today? David says, I am late, couldn't remember my login credentials. That's fine. Welcome. You're gonna watch me struggle with drawing a leaf. Just for the record. We'll figure it out. That seems okay. This is gonna get really small anyhow, so it might be better if I don't like cram a butt ton of detail in here. Let's see, Stone says, it's amazing your skill with a mouse. Thank you. I switch back and forth between my tablet and my mouse a lot, just depending, honestly, on what I'm doing. When I'm just working with points, sometimes it's honestly easier to work with the mouse for me, sometimes. Just gonna squish that guy down in there. This is a weird leaf we're making, guys. Just a weird leaf. I do like the way that it looks better than before. Let's take these. I just copy copy those back in place. Whoops. See, Jennifer says, yeah, I like the stylized dimension you're giving it. Feels more rounded than the reference leaf. Yeah, it's definitely a bit more rounded, and I think the shadow kind of gives it, it makes it look very like round going around the edges. I stylized a lot of the stuff in this. So we're just trying to keep on theme, minimize the gradients. I like a lot of this, like overlaid stuff like that to give shadows. Just different not multiply modes, opacity modes, stuff like that. We might make a plain one too, because once I start layering this, I have no idea if it's gonna look good or not until I see it. It's just one of those things. Reflect that guy. Just like that. And then we will adjust these points. I feel like this leaf was like one of those things where you start making it and you're like, oh my god, this is ugly. And then you're like, okay, I'll take it. I'll take it. I don't know if anyone else gets like that. I definitely get like that all the time. Especially when I'm like painting something, I'm always like, oh my god, I've made the ugliest thing in the world. And then like 20 minutes later, I'm like, I'm okay with this. It's fine. Jennifer says, true. It's good to make copies of your progress and compare. Sometimes I end up making it worse and revert to the older version. Yeah, I do that too, especially with painting. Just anything that I work on in Photoshop, I always have like, okay, here's like my sketch version, my line art version. Here's one with the base color in case I absolutely hate everything. And then like, oh, here's one with like skin that's more warm. All right, but now we're going to save a copy and now the skin is red for some reason. Yes. It's easier in Illustrator because you can just plop some copies onto the canvas, I feel.
I just couldn't do the itching and irritation anymore.
I thought you couldn't do it because of your astigmatism.
The LASIK Plus doctors say they treat astigmatism all the time.
At LASIK Plus, we help free patients from the hassles of
Oh,
glasses
Jack is here. Hi, Jack. How are you today? It's fine, Sunday. We're working on the stickers still. Because I got excited and wanted to finish them. We're making a pretty ugly leaf right now.
Hey, listen to this. Hear that? That's the sound of new Ritz Cheese Crispers. We've combined the crispiness of Ritz with the bold taste of cheese to create a new, crispy, cheesy, delicious snack. And it's so that all it'll take is one bite to get you saying, yum.
Just fat fingered copy and paste key. Don't mind me.
Banner to get your box.
Just copied the whole leaf.
The Samson Barbecue Grill is the official grill of backyard fun for you and your mosquitoes. Whether you're grilling for one or feeding the whole brood of mosquitoes, our durable and portable grills are perfect for patios, backyards, and engorged mosquitoes.
Don't let mosquitoes ruin the moment.
Orkin, home is where the bugs are. Visit orkin.com to learn more.
Jack, I hope we get to hear the jelly donut ad again today. Although I'm sad that I can't hear it, but... Okay, so... I'm gonna take this. Like that. Wrong Pathfinder. Just gonna use the Pathfinder. And we're gonna remove the inner glow from it because I don't want it on there. Set it to multiply. Bring it down. Bring that guy on top. Okay. Get rid of this and this. Can hide that guy. Group. He's gonna go over there. Gonna make a copy. And then we're gonna get rid of everything in this. But like these main stems, just in case I really hate this. I also don't like the way that one looks, but I just want like a base copy just in case I really hate the way this looks, because that happens, you know. Oh, excuse me. Okay. Bring this guy back over here. We're going to hide those. Okay, so I've just made copies of these guys. And we're going to make them later. They're in their own group. Maybe. Oh. I backed all the way out of the group. Okay, hold on. Sorry, I'm organizing. My brain is struggling to organize. I haven't had enough coffee even though it's like 1 p.m. And I had my first cup to like 12. Okay, that's what I wanted. Or group, right? Ungroup, group. Okay, yes. Sorry. We're going somewhere with this, I promise. Jack says that Jack says, I've had 2 cups so far. Yes, this is my second. We're just gonna kind of adjust these into these spots. Like I said, this might end up too detailed. It also might look really cool, but we can also delete some of these lines and stuff out of this leaf once I get, excuse me, into putting them on the armor. I just really like to detail things. Like this. I don't know, I think it's fun. I like to do it in painting too. I just think it's easier. Like I really like to add like texture to clothes and stuff, but it's easier in Illustrator. So anybody got any big Sunday plans other than hanging out, watching some streams? No, Jack is streaming an hour after me today at 4. You should go check out Jack's stream. I don't know what Jack is working on today, but that's okay. Tell us what you're working on today, Jack, if you know. Stone says, I love Sunday. I love Sunday too. It's just such a good lazy day off. And I normally work on like anything lingering, my personal projects on Sundays. See, Jack says, I don't know what I'm working on yet either. That's fair. I struggled with myself all morning. And last night I was like, am I gonna work on the streamer challenge and try to do that? Or am I going to finish my stickers? And then the stickers won because I just kind of, like, they've been sitting around on my project list for like 3 months. And I'm like, I just want to finish this set so I can post the project on Behance. Let's see. Kim says, I'm new here. Hi, Kim. Welcome. Welcome to my stream. Welcome to Behance, maybe. So we're just, zoom out really quick. We are working on these stickers, not that guy, from one of my favorite books. We designed some yesterday on stream. We're designing the last 2 today. We're primarily going to focus on the one that I just had visible, which is this guy. I didn't mean to hide the sketch, sorry. See, Jack says, I could wrap up the branding project, but I was trying to wait on feedback. That's fair. And I could work on the album cover art too, but mostly what I have left is boring small details. Yeah, I feel that. I feel that way sometimes when I'm working on stuff on stream. I'm like, do I want to stream this? Although I have not streamed as much as you, so. I don't know what's going on there. I'll have to figure it out. Sorry, this is the tedious bit. I know it's not like the most exciting thing to watch, but once I start like putting this all together on the piece of armor, it'll get a bit more exciting, I hope. Let's see, Jack says, I have another few things I want to start on, but also don't want to start another project. Yeah. That's kind of the reason why I was like, let's just finish up these stickers today, and then maybe next week I'll do like the streamer challenge on Behance for my stream, since I haven't done that yet. I always just get excited when I have a new idea. I start on it, and then I don't finish whatever else I was working on, even though it like looks fine and it's ready to be finished. I'm just like, oh, I'll come back to it, and then I don't. Or it takes like 3 months, and I'm just like, ah, yes, I need to finish this.
New Ritz Cheese Crispers. The crispiness of Ritz and the bold taste of cheese together in one perfectly delicious bite. Well, a few bites. Who's gonna eat just one? New Ritz Cheese Crispers. Click the banner to get your box.
Don't you hate it when the price advertised isn't the price you end up paying? Like with T-Mobile's Essential Plan, the price they advertise isn't what you pay. Read the fine print. Taxes and fees are added to the price, and you have to get multiple lines. With Spectrum Mobile, the price you see is the price you pay. No added taxes, fees, minimum lines.
That looks okay for right now.
Spectrum Mobile, a better way to mobile. Click to learn more.
Hollywood Gaming. Come play where the rewards and thrills never end. Mahoning Valley's #1
Yeah, I kind of like that.
action is now open for winning. We've deep cleaned and social distanced our equipment and staff to ensure you a safe,
We'll go with this.
fun, and exciting gaming experience. Hollywood Gaming at Mahoning Valley.
This should all still be grouped. It is.
Must be 21. Gambling problem.
We're gonna move him up here with these guys. We're gonna save really quick. Maybe. Yes, there it goes. I don't... Paranoid after yesterday when it crashed. Like I said, it crashed twice. And then we're gonna hide those guys for right now, and for this we're going to expand these. I don't think it selected those guys. Nope. So we just made this into one object for now. That's kind of coming off. I think they'll be too small to tell. And that's because I don't want to mess with the scale, strokes, and effects option. I just want to leave this. I don't think that's on. I should probably check. It is not. I don't want to leave that on accident and have like a bunch of like misscaled strokes and stuff, so I'd rather just do this. That way I can scale it and it kind of just all stays at the same size. Okay. So next is going to be laying this out. Like I said, the stem probably won't even be visible. We probably might actually just delete it from this. But we're going to straighten this out. And we're just going to make our body shape. The main character is female. We're not going to go like MMO Final Fantasy, like not wearing any clothes as armor. It's going to be an actual suit of armor, but we're going to give it like a more feminine shape. Actually, I think what we're going to do is chop this boy in half. I like that. We might actually leave. So Jennifer says, without the unnecessary belts and unrealistically large swords and all that, yes. I'm actually like a huge fan of Final Fantasy. I play a lot of Final Fantasy, so like I love that part of the game, but like I also love when you don't have to be like that with armor and you can just like have a full suit of really shiny gold leaves hanging from your shoulders, and yeah. But yes. There's some armor in I play the Final Fantasy MMO, and one of my favorite pieces of armor. Sorry, that was my alarm going off telling me that it was 2 o'clock and my stream is half over already. Whew. One of my favorite pieces of armor in the game has no stomach, and I'm just like, oh, but like the whole person is covered, but like the stomach and like right here on the chest, and I'm like, okay, but like you're gonna get stabbed. Jennifer says, yeah, lol, yeah. It's good design, it's appealing, it's not gonna cover anyone, to be honest. Okay, let's go with this for now. Most of this is gonna get covered up anyhow, so this really doesn't need to be like a perfect form or anything. I just need like a base that I can follow. That seems okay. We will once again copy and paste that over there so I don't mess it up. And then we'll do like a neck, a high collar. Center it, and then we're going to use the Pathfinder to merge those shapes, and we'll change our joints to be rounded because I think it just looks better. So we'll probably do like this. And then we'll add the shoulder pads to like even out the shoulders, but this would just be like without the shoulders, like the body. Stone says getting stabbed. Details. You're right, you're right. As long as the armor looks cool, who cares? Like I said, it's one of my favorite pieces of armor in that game, so. Speaking of Final Fantasy, I don't know if anyone else is a fan here, but if you've seen the 16 trailer, let me know. I was super pumped over it. I just hope it's not another repeat of nothing but DLC to download to finish the story. That's pretty disappointing. Yeah, see, I had a feeling. Like, that still looks really cool. But we're gonna get rid of that. And then we're gonna change that guy to like 5 points. I don't know if this is gonna be too big. Ooh. Hello? Group. Oh, I'm inside the group. Oh, Nick is here. Hello, Nick. Thanks for coming. That made me happy. I can't wait for it either. I'm pumped. Let's see. Jennifer says, didn't know they had a 16 trailer. Hoping they release the Final Fantasy VII remake ones. Yes, the first Final 7... Words are hard. The first Final Fantasy VII remake is out. I have it. It was great. It was a great time. They just announced 16 on like Thursday at like the PS5 reveal. And there's some mixed feedback about it, but I'm choosing to ignore it, to be honest. See, Stone says go with translucent force field. Yes, always the translucent force field. I don't know if you were a kid, and if you ever played like, we just used to run around the neighborhood when we were kids, and like the biggest thing that everyone used to get mad about is just like, if we were playing like Star Wars or something, it'd be like, force field, you can't get me, and then everyone would get super mad. And then everyone would get in a fight about it. See, Nick says, hi. I don't work on Sundays anymore, so I can be here now. Yes, that's right. Yes. Nick says, did you get a chance to read the article I posted about the link between the 7 remake and 10? No, I saw it right before the stream, but I haven't read it yet, and I was curious, so I'll probably do that later after the stream.
For your chance to win.
I'm very curious as to where that's gonna go. Okay. I'm gonna make the outline for this guy green. It's a really dark green, I know. Probably make it, yeah, we'll make it that green. So this is gonna be like the underneath of the armor. We'll move that out of the way. I have like a little triangle here. And that's gonna be like, I wanted there to be like a collar of these leaves, and then for it to like spread and like come down like the neck, like just below the collarbones. So that's what that's gonna be. And I don't know if I'm going to be able to blend these. I might stick this in a clipping mask so they're not sticking out like this, because I really don't want to like, I can draw another leaf. There's a lot of detail in these, so we're gonna put this guy down here as like a marker. That'll probably work out well. Make sure this is centered. Here we go. Okay, so I just copied that in place. Nope. Okay, I didn't think that would work. But I like to try. And Nick says, it's an interesting read for sure. I'm curious to see how deep they will go into it. I'm curious too, because I'm, you know, Final Fantasy fan child over here, and I had no idea that they were like related. So, surprise for me. Get rid of that guy for now. I suppose I could have made these a brush too and then like expanded the brush, but I don't really want to mess with that. So we're gonna go the old-fashioned way. Kind of like this. I might reverse the way. These are layered too. There we go. Yeah, I kind of like that. Okay. So, I'm gonna play, like, once I have all of these little, like, ivy leaf kind of deal things laid out, we actually might make these a bit smaller too. Yep. Once I have those, like, all laid out where I want them to be, I'm gonna play with, like, some of, like, the depth between the layers so they don't look like they're all blending into one. And then I'll play with, like, the overall, like, I'll probably add like a shape over everything to make it so it like has like an overall like gradient over it, so it like it'll just help without it blending, if that makes sense. Okay, we'll go with that. And then unfortunately I can't just mirror this because the shadows need to stay on the same side. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. I'm wondering if I want to make, yeah, I think I want to make the outline darker around all of these, just by a little bit, to help each one kind of stand out a bit more. Oh, Jennifer says it might help to make 2 copies of the sketch, so keep the main vector on one sketch and then the drawing on top of the other sketch so you can get those hidden shapes. Yeah, that's a good point. I could scoot the sketch over, like make a copy of it and scooch it over. Okay. Yeah, I kind of like the way that looks. Could follow Jennifer's suggestion. We're gonna name this sketch 1. And then this will be sketch 2. We're gonna hide this for a second, and then we're just gonna pop this boy I just had a moment because that was gray. There we go. Just popped him into a clipping mask. There we go. I'm gonna flip what side that's on. The whole sticker is gonna move over there. That guy here. Keep our copies up here so we don't lose them. Out of the way. I don't know what that is, so we're just gonna delete it. I probably have a shape just hidden somewhere on accident. Okay. It's saving. It's getting to be a big beast of a file. zoomed too far in now. Let's move this one over. There we go. So I didn't go into too much detail in this sketch. Sorry, it was saving again. Because I didn't really know how I wanted this armor to look, and I didn't know what kind of leaf I was going to use, and I didn't feel like sketching out each leaf. I kind of wanted a lot of this like ideation process to be in this, so that's where we've ended up. We're gonna lock this body. Lock selection, so that way we can't move it. And see, Jennifer says, also you can use Command 7 to make a clipping mask. I know, I'm just really terrible with remembering hotkeys, like super terrible at it. It took me like, I'm not kidding you, a year and a half to get used to like pasting in place with hotkeys instead of going up to the menu. I don't know why. I don't know why. And then Alt to like copy things. It took me like 6,000 years to get used to that too, for whatever reason. So we've grouped this whole top layer here, so it doesn't get in our way. I have a bracelet on that's making me itch, sorry. So we don't fiddle with any like of the single placement of these flowers. Too far. Oh, I just moved that all the way to the back.
Hear that? That's the sound of new rich cheese crispers. We've combined the
So I
crispiness
don't
of
think
rich
I want to
with the
keep
bold taste of
repeating
cheese to
these
create
like
a new,
exactly
crispy, cheesy, delicious
this
snack.
way,
And
because it's gonna get like, it's too much repetition.
One bite to get you saying yum. New Ritz cheese crispers. Click the banner to get
See,
your
Stone says, I used to say I had trouble learning hotkeys. Now I just blame Jersey. But why? But why? Jennifer says, that's okay, you're really fast at Illustrator anyways. I use Illustrator every day of my life at my full-time job. So I call it like clicky fingers. I get like too fast with it sometimes. And like yesterday, I kept like zooming in and out like continuously. And I'm like, oh my god, I'm so sorry. I'm probably giving the audience like whiplash. Just my dang clicky fingers going in and out and selecting things they don't want to, I shouldn't be selecting. I move those out of the way. So I want to try and keep these like alternating a little bit between, I kind of want to bring them down without like, letting you see green between them. Kind of like that. Yeah, that seems okay. There's my thinking face. I think we want to layer these a little bit differently. Maybe not. Okay, so that works for now. like this. And this way we don't have too much repetition between these. I might be inclined to copy and paste these. In a little bit because I still want these to like curve around where the breast would be. You know, I say I don't want too much repetition, but we're literally just copying and pasting the same leaf, so what sense does that make? I don't know. It's saving again. Give it a moment. Okay. I'm gonna take this guy, and we're gonna skip a line just for now. That didn't work out my way. Probably gonna need to group these. Group. Okay. So that is just for reference for right now, for kind of like an in-between point, because these need to start curving down this way. And like I said, we're gonna put this in a clipping mask to this body form, and I'm gonna adjust parts of the clipping mask so that way it's not like completely like just chopping off parts of the leaf. So I don't have like weird things sticking out like this. And this guy will go probably like that. Maybe we will play with some of these being like slightly like sticking up out of position a little bit after I'm done like laying out the whole armor, so that way it doesn't look keep these at the same level. Group those. Perfect. My brain is starting to fry from trying to figure out like all of these layer placements. Or leaf placements, I should say. You should probably start to like re-tilt outwards a little bit. Alright, that's pretty neat.
No matter how much our everyday changes, protecting our
These
communities will always
guys
matter. Learn the signs of terrorism-related suspicious activity, and if you see
don't
something,
like
say something.
the way
To report suspicious activity, call 877-OHS-INTEL or 911 in case of emergency.
Hey, beauty lovers and gurus. We think it's time for a little TLC, don't you? Estee Lauder has all of the self-care beauty
There we go.
essentials you need. From
I don't like when those
moisturizers to the
ends
perfect
like
cleanser.
stick out.
And for a limited time, when you spend $39.50 or more,
That made
you'll
sense.
receive a free 7-piece gift up to a $154 value that includes must-have makeup and your choice of best-selling skincare. Basically, your favorite feel-good essentials, all in a stylish animal print bag that you can customize with your birthstone. Click the banner to shop Estee Lauder at Macy's.com. You deserve it.
Okay, that didn't work out the way that I wanted it to.
We don't care if you love ketchup or hate it. Buy plain buns, sesame buns. Add extra pickles or leave them off. Or use a knife and fork. We don't care if you eat fast or eat slow, like your mustard, hot or mild, or are a 1 or 2 frank type of person. Because
Alright, so we're gonna start tilting these more because we're coming to like the hips at this point.
Nathan's, get along famously.
Jack says that was an ad for reporting suspicious activity. Yikes. You know, I was on Final Fantasy XIV last night and I got a private message from just a random human somewhere out in the ether telling me to click this link before Square Enix ruins the game. So maybe it saw my IM conversation about not to click those links with my friends, and maybe that's why we got an ad for it, because everything is creepy these days and spies on you. Although I have to admit, sometimes it's useful. I got a pack of Photoshop brushes, the Jing Sketch brushes. I don't know if anybody's seen those advertised, but I really wanted them. And I couldn't find the link on Instagram anymore, so me and Dave just sat in the office and yelled at my phone, like really awkwardly. We were like, Photoshop brushes. Textured, sketchy Photoshop brushes. I really want them. Gee, I wonder where I could buy textured, sketchy Photoshop brushes. And sure enough, the very next moment I opened Instagram, there was an ad for them. And I was like, thank you for listening to me, phone. Thank you. It's creepy, but it worked. Okay. Jack says LOL. Yeah. So, just remember, if you ever see an ad that you actually like want to use, you can just awkwardly yell at your phone again until it gives you the ad. If you forget to like click it, if you want to like look at or buy something. Just keep that in mind. I am glad though, I really like that brush pack. I will do something with that brush pack at some point. I've seen a lot of streamers on here who actually use those brushes too, so that excited me that it wasn't like some useless investment. They're very nice Photoshop brushes. I like textured, like layering, super like loose paintbrush style Photoshop brushes, so. I would send the link to it in chat right now so you could all look at it, but I still don't remember the link after I bought them. Alright, we're almost done. I actually think at this point we're going to need to put the background into this part of the sticker because I need to be able to like plan and like lay out how this is gonna look with this and make sure it's like big enough and it fits in here okay. See, David says your phone's about to barge you with ads for Photoshop brushes now. You know, that's better than some of the ads that I get. I listen to Audible a whole lot while I'm at work. I've mentioned that in here before. And because I listen to Audible, Facebook is just like, do you want this really weird book ad for this really weird book that's featuring like this half-naked man's torso and has like some really awkward title? No. No, I don't, Photoshop. Or, not Photoshop. Facebook. No, I don't. So I will take the Photoshop brushes out of that. Okay, so we're going to move this to its own layer. No, we're not going to trash that. That would be bad. And then we're going to take this and we're going to move it behind here. And then we're actually going to take these text ribbons just for the moment, provided I could click them. Okay, those ones can stay. We're just going to take those text ribbons and we're going to move that on their own layer for right now. And we're going to lock it. And that's just so I can lay everything out and I can make sure that this is looking okay. And then we're going to lock the bottom layer and then we have our armor here, which I'm not going to go with black. Let's make it like, okay, let's go with violet. Why not? I feel like this needs to be a little bit bigger, actually. So I feel like this needs to be like a lot of bit bigger. Yeah, that works. And then once I get like the shoulder pad area on here, I'll adjust where these swords are so like I can make sure that everything is visible. I mainly just want to see the hilt and the pommel of the sword above like where the shoulder pads are. I don't have to see all of it, just the majority of it, so that we know that they're there and whatnot. I might add some gauntlets down here too. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, so let's take this. We're gonna lock this again. And we've got about roughly a half an hour left, so we're gonna get as far as we can. It's saving again, give it a second. And see, Jennifer says, looks awesome, I got to go, thanks for the stream, Sarah. Thank you for joining. Thank you very much, I hope you have a good Sunday. Okay, so since this text ribbon is going to be covering a lot of what's down on this like lower half of the armor, we're just going to make these a little bit wider, but essentially we're just going to copy and paste because you're not going to see a whole lot of, like, no one's going to pay attention to down there, so I'm not necessarily worried about like layering and overlap and that kind of thing. Just kind of space those out a little bit. Give it one more. There we go. Okay. So we're gonna unlock this guy. I'm gonna paste it in place. Hide that again. Gonna lock that part again. And then we're just gonna take this. I'm gonna make it a clipping mask. And then I'm going to play, I have the hiccups, I'm sorry. I'm gonna play with like, probably not right now, because I want to like do some shading on the inside of here, but I'm gonna play with like the outline of the clipping mask so that way it's not just like cut completely straight, if that makes sense. And I'm also probably going to give the clipping mask this outline, which can go back to 1. That doesn't look terrible. Maybe I'll add like a belt or something, like a for like the sword. I don't know, we'll see. So then we can take this guy. Well, actually, let's, we are going to take this clipping mask down like that. Because I want to be able to control where that outline is. For now. It's going to need readjusted again, but that's okay.
New Ritz Cheese Crispers. The crispiness of Ritz and the bold taste of cheese together in one perfectly delicious bite. Well, a few bites. Who's gonna eat just one? New Ritz Cheese Crispers. Click the banner to get your box.
Spectrum Mobile continues
Okay.
to be the fastest growing mobile provider in the nation. Growing
So there's
faster than
that.
Verizon,
I need
AT&T, and T-Mobile. For 2
one of
quarters in
these
a row,
leaves out of here.
Millions of people are switching, and it's easy to see why. Spectrum Mobile delivers the fastest overall speeds and is the most reliable mobile service.
Kind of looks like a dress right now, to be
No
honest.
contract, added taxes, or
That's
fees.
okay though.
Switch and save up to 40%. Click to learn more. Based on Q1 and Q2 2020 subscriber data.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money, a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for.
There it is.
Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
These ones we might make a bit smaller. Okay. So that's gonna lay out, we're just gonna make like a high, like turtleneck kind of piece. And then it's gonna connect with, I haven't figured out how I'm gonna do like shoulder pads yet, like armor on the shoulders, but we will figure that out. I'm thinking about reusing some of these gems too that I made, to like line here a little bit and make like, just some kind of like border. But while we're in here, I wanted to take this guy again. Paste inside the clipping mask. Get rid of that. We're going to get rid of the outline. This, not that. We're gonna save really quick because I don't trust the gradient tool. After it did the crash yesterday, that was really depressing. It's getting to be a really big file too. Okay. Okay, so that's gonna be like that. Multiply, and then we're gonna take that down to like, let's see, 30. Might even bring this back up to like 50%-ish. Let's do 100. Darker. Yeah. Okay, so it has like this weird thing that's going on right here, but I'll fix that later. But that just allowed me to add, let's even do like 40 and make that darker. Yep, there we go. Just a little bit of dimension across like the leaves so they don't look completely, they looked flat before, to be honest, so that just helps a little bit. And then we're gonna hide that. Hide selection. We're gonna come in here. And this is where things are going to get a little tricky. Because I have snapping on, so this tool is acting a little weird. I don't know if any of you can see that. I'm gonna grab that guy. No outline. I don't know why I just did this in reverse, but we're gonna multiply mode that too. 30. I think 30 is going to be too weak. There we go, and that just gives a little bit of depth between the feathers. Off stream, I might honestly copy and paste all of these leaves, take the detail out of them, and just use the outline as like a merge shape and redo this part. But that's going to take some taking apart that I don't feel like doing on stream right now, but you guys kind of get the idea. So object, show all. So it kind of looks like that, just so it has some more depth. And then, like I said, I will play with like the shape of like this outside, so it's not just like shink cutting the armor in half. Okay, let's go back to the neck. Maybe we will use this guy. Play with a little bit of that dimension here. And then let's give me, yeah, we'll take just this guy. Kind of like that. Let's make it that color. Send tool back. Yeah, that looks kind of cool. I like that. So I'm probably going to adjust to this clipping mask to like work with the outside of these leaves. Or like I said, I'm going to add like a border of some sort to that part of the armor so it doesn't look like odd. I just think it looks odd like that, so we'll see. This will kind of be our little halfway connection here. Don't mind me. There we go. Let's see. Yazine is in chat. Sorry if I pronounced that wrong. Hello, how are you doing today? We are just making some stickers for one of my favorite books. Struggling. See, Zine says I'm fine, thank you. That's good. That's very good. We only have about 10 more minutes left of the stream, and then I am gonna go get some lunch. Oh, thank you. Design says, I see you're doing a very nice job. Thank you very much. Zoom out really quick. We are going to unhide.
Listen to this.
Not this little
Hear
leaf
that?
boy. He can actually get
That's
deleted.
the sound of new Ritz Cheese Crispers.
We'll unhide the
We've
rest of my
combined the
stickers so you
Ritz
can
with the
kind of
bold
see.
taste of cheese to create a new, crispy, cheesy, delicious snack.
Just some of the other stuff
And
I've
it's
made.
That all it'll take is one bite to get you saying, yum. New Ritz Cheese
here.
Crispers. Click the banner to get your bites.
And Nick says unhelp clear Shiva later. Yes, we can definitely do that. I'd be happy to do that today. Dave and I were talking about that last night, actually. We're talking about a video game, don't mind us. Final Fantasy XIV.
And your podcast with you in standout style with new Samsung Galaxy Buds Live with enhanced bass.
Say, since I'm wrapping up in about an hour, Jack Watson, who is also in the chat, maybe still, I don't know. She's probably doing a hefty work on something. She always is. She will be streaming in about an hour. You should go check her out. She's doing some stuff.
Making the right financial decisions has never been more important. When you turn to Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And if you need some extra money,
so we're going to group this.
You're looking for.
And then we might just keep this as is and just make it like
For
smaller.
cost information and conditions, equal housing lender, licensed in all 50 states, and MLS number 3030.
Jack says, I'm here doing a work. I figured. Okay, so we'll kind of keep that like that. Do the same thing. I'll kind of play with a clipping mask and some outlines for those. I don't know what I want to do with these jewels. I just know that I like them. And I will probably make them connect to the shoulder pads somehow. I don't know if that's just gonna be like... I don't know, like this type of deal. Where you make this like gold? Join those so that way the shape is symmetrical-ish. See if we can give this, yeah, we'll give that an inner glow like we did the other one, and then just take a square guy here, just like that. And we'll use the Pathfinder, handy dandy Pathfinder. Move that inner glow. Move it underneath the line. Should be grouped. It is. Kind of like that. Maybe something like that. Yeah, kind of like that. Probably get smaller. Yeah, we could do something like that, and then we'll attach the shoulder pads to those. I kind of like that. Maybe, for now. just kind of ends awkwardly up here, but that's okay for now. I wonder if we add like a... maybe not like a tilted one like that. Let's do... okay, we're gonna make this line like super big, and you'll see why in a minute. That seems good. Keep it rounded. I am struggling. Tina says today would be a good day for pho. I'm feeling pho, basically dehydrated. Oh, I love pho. Would be a good day for it, I'm not gonna lie. Soup. Oh my goodness. Give me this for a second. There we go. I'm really just struggling right now. Let's bring this down to like a 14. That seems okay. Okay. Gonna expand that. We're gonna make it fill. We'll remove some points. And then we're going to adjust these guys. Same thing with that. Alright, we'll finish this guy up and then that will unfortunately be it for the day. So we're just making a belt. Actually, I think we might want to do like this. We'll bring this color down to like 80, maybe 70. Oh, let's go with that. Group. Oh no, please, just thank you. Black. Okay, that did not work out my way. I'll fix that later, it's bugging me. Anyhow. Some rounded corners. Let's give this expand that. Why do I always do that? Okay, now we're going to expand it because we want to stick with like that outline style and everything. Make that smaller. It's too dark. Oh. You're not gonna let me click. Nope. Alright, so we started a belt just like that. I gotta change my mind how I want that to like be.
Jay Farner here, CEO of Rocket Mortgage. Making the right financial decisions has never been more important.
This way
when you
a little
turn to
bit.
Rocket Mortgage, we can help guide you to those right decisions now, when they matter most. Mortgage rates are near historic lows, so now is a great time to call 8338-ROCKET. And
Yeah, I
if you
just
need some
made
extra
this as
money,
one object.
a cash-out refinance could give you that financial boost you're looking for. Call today at 8338-ROCKET or go to rocketmortgage.com to learn more.
Call for cost information and conditions. Equal housing lender. Licensed in all 50 states. And NMLS number 3030.
The Samson Barbecue Grill is the official grill of backyard fun for you and your mosquitoes.
Alright, well, anyhow, you see what direction I'm going.
Of mosquitoes. Our durable and portable grills are perfect.
It's doing a save.
Engorged mosquitoes.
That is pretty much where I think we're gonna end today because it's already 3 o'clock. And like I said, I want to get some lunch. Some good old food. I will post this when I am done with the stickers, and we will be back with something new next week. The belt's gonna bother me now. Sorry. It's just a train of thought going on and off. Anyhow, so I will finish this belt up. I will finish this these last 2 stickers up. This is kind of where we landed with all of these today. They're looking pretty good. I'm pretty content with them. I will post all 3 sets of stickers as one Behance project. You guys can go check that out when they're done. Look for it. And thank you so much for tuning in today. I really appreciate it for all of you who keep coming back and everything. Thanks for everyone in the chat today. Like, thanks Jack, Nick, Dave was here, Stephen Booth was here in the beginning, Jennifer, Stone stuck around. I don't know if you're still here. You sign. If anyone else came into the chat. We had Kim, I think, in here at the very beginning. Kim said she was new here. Thank you all for hanging out. Go check out Jack Watson's stream. She'll be on at 4 today. And I will see you next week, hopefully with a new project. Thank you guys.